Canada, man, it's the ultimate destination for a waterfowl hunter. So many American duck and goose hunters head north, September, October. We're going north, the birds are coming south. Geese are decoying like crazy. It's some of the first decoy spreads they've seen all year, but you still have to be responsible. We still have to keep that provider mentality. So every day for lunch, every night, every evening for supper and dinner, we're cooking waterfowl recipes. We got another one coming your way. Pulled goose sandwiches with a mixture of Canada geese, graders and lessers, and a few specks. I love this recipe. I love Canada. It's on. Welcome to Alberta, our first Canada hunt of the season. I'm excited. We pull our trailer into a field, and when I let down the hatches of that back door, that's our arsenal. It's go time. We all know our responsibilities. We all have our duties. It's time to go to work.
No, it never scattered out. I bet that string of birds was half a mile long.
Yeah.
It wasn't super wide, but it was a half a mile long for sure.
Kill him. Wow. Nice shot, Danny. Another part of the waterfowl game and another piece of the puzzle that I absolutely love is the approach to communication, the vocabulary, the jargon, if you will. We have to have a conversation with them. We're negotiating with a wild animal, and we want them to come within 15 yards and finish in our decoy spread so we can have clean, ethical, harvestable shots to put that food on the Traeger. Good dog. A little honker. You ready, guys? Kill him.
Nice.
I didn't have any shells in my gun.
Nice shooting, boys.
Nice shooting, the three of you. I hadn't reloaded from the last view.
The hurt and the pain, I'm gonna drink them to death. Pictures on the wall, angry echoes and all. Bottle them up, gonna sip till I...
Wow, let him up. Yeah, baby. Woo! I think we're done with our specs. We're close to it.
Yeah, we are. Watch the tackle.
Oh! Yeah. I don't think we've missed a shot.
It's been pretty good, yep.
I missed one in that flock.
Oh, Dave.
I killed one on my first shot and my third shot, though.
Here comes some specs. We can get these.
We only need two, though, right?
Yep. Clay and Danny, you shoot one each. Watch these two. Oops. Kill him. Woo, baby! Wow! That's nice the way to do it. Buddy. That's the way to do it. Nice shot.
Catch him up, girl.
I don't wear a watch, but if I did, I would say 35 minutes, 4-man limit of specs. Up here in Alberta, you can kill 8 dark geese, but only 5 of those can be specs. We're just having fun. Look at these. This is what they refer to as bars, tarbelly, ribeye in the sky, Dave. That's the best eaten goose in North America. Nice shooting, boy! Wow! Wow, that was pretty! How did they work?
Oh, you want that much?
Kill him.
All you ever gonna be is my whiskey Valentine.
When you have a family like Danny's family and Dave Stanley and all of the people that we run with up here in this part of Alberta, they open their doors to us. So to be able to have an unbelievable hunt like that and then spend time with family and friends teaching Danny's kids how to cut the goose and duck meat off of the bone and get it ready for these recipes, that means everything. And then on top of that, they invite us into their kitchen and it's go time. I'm going to throw down on some pulled goose sandwiches. I love this recipe and I think these guys are gonna love it just as much. So we got our specks, Canada's mixture, and cut all the fat off, got all the gristle out, all the stuff I could, the rough spots, the blood spots, just clean them off real good. And I got a pot of water right over here boiling. And all you do on this recipe is take your goose meat and for 20 minutes, we're gonna let it boil in hot water. And what that's gonna do is break it down, get the game out of it, get the oil out of it. And the water's not too pretty when you're done, but we're gonna put it back in here and then rinse it off real good. And then by that time, we'll have our mixture and everything ready to go in our crock pot. Traveling as much as we do and loving to cook the way that we like, we get invited into so many different scenarios and situations, so many different and new kitchens and environments, and you never know what they're going to have. Are their knives going to be sharp enough? What's their rub selection like? Their spices, the ingredients. Do they have the right things to pair with the meal that we're doing? When you're in a remote place like this part of Alberta, Canada, the store might not necessarily have everything you need, even if there's a store within 30, 40 kilometers of where you're standing. So that's the situation here. I know what this recipe calls for. We need real apple cider, not half and half, not 50-50, not part apple juice, real apple cider. We need that high acidic level, the acidity to break down that duck and goose meat. We're not trying to break down pulled pork. That's a lot easier. We need that acidity to break through these tendons and all of that oily meat that comes on a Canada goose or a specklebelly goose. In this instance, we have apple juice. We have Coca-Cola. That's what we have to use, and it worked fine. It was high enough acid levels and acidity to break down those Canada geese and those specks, and we were able to finish the recipe. So what I'm saying is you have to be unorthodox. Think outside the box and use what you have. You can make ducks and geese taste amazing. Make and do with what we have, so wish us luck. Told you that water isn't too pretty, but 20 minutes exactly. All the goose breasts, Canada lessers, and specklebellies boiled for 20 minutes. And now all we're gonna do is rinse them off and transfer them into our crock pot. That's what they look like when they come out of that boiling water. Just rinse off all that yuck from that water. Now I'm just gonna take these, put them right into our crock pot, and we'll let that Coca-Cola and apple juice do its thing for 7 hours on low, and then 1 hour on high. Put the lid on there. And we rolling. Got some barbecue sauce waiting, pickles, onion buns, cheese. Should have a nice little dinner tonight. All right, so here we are. We've reached that 8-hour mark. The last hour has been on high. Our specklebelly and Canadas have been going all afternoon. And they look perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take them out with a fork. Put them on the cutting board. You can just see how they're falling apart, just like pulled pork does when you're barbecuing. But if you look right here, you can just take it, just two forks just like this. Hold it with one fork and just motion it away from it with the other fork. And you can see how the meat just pulls apart, just like if you were making a pulled pork sandwich. All right, so there it is. All of our pork pulled apart. We're gonna put it back. We took the rest of the juice out, the Coca-Cola and apple juice mixed out of the crock pot. Left a little tiny bit of it in the bottom just for a little bit of a flavor adder. There's our pulled pork in there. We're gonna take a bunch of chives and green onions, put those in there, like that.
We're going to take a little bit of Mediterranean sea salt, put that right across the top, and a little bit of steak seasoning. Then we're going to take whatever your favorite kind of, or whatever the store has, barbecue sauce. We usually like to use Sweet Baby Ray's, but we got some Bullseye tonight. Gonna empty that bottle right there. One more bottle of that. It's usually gonna take about 2 bottles of this but you just moisten it and flavor it as much as you want. Right now we have about 12 geese in there, so about 24 pieces of meat. I know about 8 geese, so about 16 pieces of meat. We're just gonna take our forks, and we're just gonna start stirring that sauce in there. So we're gonna have our first victims. So that is a mixture of a specklebelly and a Canada Lesser pulled barbecue sandwich. I'm gonna let the owners of Kill 'em Waterfowl Outfitters be the first to give it a shot.
All right.
Roll with it, roll with it, roll with it.
Wow.
Passes the test. Your palate's okay? Davey? You're a connoisseur of fine food. So in goose camp, duck camp, you got a crock pot, maybe 2 crock pots. You're killing 30, 40, 50 geese a day, depending on what size camp you're in. You could put, 8 to 10, 12, 15 geese in a crock pot all day and feed the entire camp probably for 2 or 3 days. But it's a great way to make sure that your birds are being utilized. It tastes great, it stays moist, and the flavor's awesome. So, Danny, good? Dave, good? Being a provider means so much to me personally, and that's the message that we want to spill out here, is that it's not about that trigger pull. It's not about that pile pick or that strap full of greenheads or Canada geese. Trust me, I love getting after them as much as anybody. But to hone your skills, to be able to prepare them and cook them, and see people's faces light up when they go, that's not duck, that's not deer, there's no way. We've tricked many of people. Yeah, try this beef. That's so good. That's duck. No, it's not, while they're trying to spit it out. It's hilarious. Be a provider, take pride, have a ton of passion in your cooking and your presentation. Let all those pieces of that waterfowl puzzle come together. We can't wait to have another adventure with you. I'm Chad Belding. Check us out at theproviderlife.com. All of our dry rubs. I love the fowl. I love the drop time, the crosshairs. They're all so good. There's 10 of them right now. Then November 2021, our launch of the Provider Cookbook. Chad Mendez, my entire family, Clinton Clay Belding. We've had so much help with it. We can't wait to bring you the Provider Cookbook coming November 2021. Thank you guys so much for the support. See you guys next time.